Thanks, Barry. So my name is Mike Moore. I'm a product manager with D2L. I've been with D2L for about 6.5 years. I recently transitioned into the product management team, and part of my work is with the team working on work skills. So we saw this morning about work skills between FedEx and the University of Memphis. So that's part of what I get the opportunity to work on. So you might be kind of wondering, what is work skills and why is it becoming such a relevant thing? Why are so many people working on that? So part of it is thinking about how we can help bridge that skills gap, how we can close the gap and help our graduates become usefully and gainfully employed. So those work skills can take a really wide variety. It could be any kind of partnership that you have with a local employer in your area, and any kind of partnership that you want to address some of those specific needs that you feel or you see in the economy. Those partnerships can take a really wide variety of formats. So this is an illustration of just a few of them, not meant to be restrictive at all, but really just to give you an idea of the breadth of types of partnerships that we see. It's really on the spectrum from highly customized to standardized, as well as variations between credit-bearing and non-credit-bearing. But in that spectrum, there's also a wide variety of rationale and motivation. What is the driver for the partnership? Why would you want to do it? It could be to improve your enrollment. It could be to improve revenue. It could be for a market opportunity or some kind of a strategic partnership. Or, as I mentioned, just to address an economy issue locally or regionally in your area. But what we're seeing is in the employers, 40% of the employers are saying that they can't find skilled graduates to meet entry-level jobs. And of the companies that hire those graduates, 34% are saying that the graduates they hire they're not promotable. They don't have the skills to be promoted. That really leaves a huge gap between graduation and employability. So we have a lot of clients that are coming to us to say, as a platform provider for education, how can you help us? So one of the things that we're looking at is a bundle of consulting services so that we can put together and kind of help you provide that educational opportunity. But one of the things to think about as you're educating those working employees is thinking about the fact that some of them have not been in traditional education for a very long time. So as we heard this morning, it's a great example of a working employee, a professional employed professional person coming back into education. They think differently, their educational process is going to be very different. So we have to kind of think outside the box sometimes. Thinking about how we provide interactive opportunities, how we provide chunked lecture material, how much time do they have to learn? Maybe they only have 10 minutes. Maybe they only have a bus ride. Thinking about how we can deliver that. Another important aspect of the workforce partnership is data integration. What data can we provide to the worker and to the employer about progression, about student completion, and ultimately, how can we show improvement? How can we move the needle on business impact, and how can we prove the ROI of learning? Another important aspect of this partnership that we're thinking about is the technical side of integration. So all the pieces that have to come together, systems integrations, maybe you're getting data from an HRIS, maybe you want custom branding for that employer. Lots of different integration opportunities. So we bundled in some implementation time into that equation to try and help answer some of those questions. But ultimately, you might be thinking, what can I do? What can I do today to take away? I would say the first thing is to think about skills. How do you track and look at evidence of skill? What qualifies as vetted evidence for learning skills? And then what skills do you need? In each job role, what skills are required? And in that job role, the people that are currently employed in that job role, do they have those skills or are there gaps? And if there are gaps, how do you educate them? What learning opportunities can you provide? What interactive opportunities? And then just most important, start having those critical conversations. So here at Fusion, we've had some great opportunities. Today you heard about FedEx and University of Memphis. Tomorrow morning we have a Skills Connection breakfast. Join us at the Champions Lounge for breakfast in the morning. You might also be wanting to just download an ebook. So we wrote an ebook about closing the skills gap and helping to create that kind of educational synergy between higher education and corporate. So it's free. It's on the D2L website. Just go to the D2L website and download a copy of it right there. If you're looking for conversation here at Fusion, you can connect with me. Again, my name is Mike Moore. You can also connect with one of my colleagues, Phil McRoberts. He's the Director of Strategic Initiatives. He's here in the Executive Summit today. But the two of us are kind of championing that workforce integration work here at D2L. Thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day.